Welcome back, football fan. We're here with another one. We got your 2026 AFC South draft recap with some trades. We're going to go through the picks, talk about a few, and give our input on them. Tyler, you ready to do this?
Let's get it.
All right, let's start with the team that had the first pick in the division. Let's start with the Tennessee Titans. They had the first round, fourth pick. They go Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. Trade back up into the first round, the 31st pick to get edge Keldrick Falk. Second round, 20th pick, they go and get linebacker Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. Don't have a third, don't have a fourth. Come in with the fifth round pick, 142, offensive guard Fernando Carmona Jr. Again in the fifth round pick, 165, running back Nick Singleton from Penn State. Sixth round pick, 194, center Pat Coogan from Indiana. Seventh round pick, 255, tight end H-back Jaron Canuck, Oklahoma. Tyler, what do you think of the Titans?
I'm gonna let you go first. It's your team. You go first.
Well, thank you for that. I'm gonna break it down pick by pick for you. I like the Carnell Tate pick. The plan was to get weapons for Cam Ward. You go out there and use your premium pick on a wide receiver. What better weapon for a quarterback than a wide receiver? I like it. Is he worth the fourth pick? It's debatable.
Let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
I hate what Malik Neighbors said about Carnell Tate. You see what he said?
I didn't see it.
He was on Michael Parsons' podcast reviewing the draft. He said, why would the Titans pick Carnell Tate if he wasn't even number one receiver on his team? Like, as a fellow wide receiver, shouldn't you be trying to help this brother get paid and uplift him and not try to just bring him down and say it's a crazy pick? I just want to address that.
Who's on the team with Malik Neighbors at LSU?
Nobody.
Okay.
Keyshawn Butte.
Okay, I could have sworn there was somebody that was considered number one over here, but okay. My thing with Carnell Tate, he's playing the best wide receiver. Best player in college football, and Carnell Tate. So, Jeremiah Smith. So, you know,
exactly.
If you put Malik Neighbors on the same team as Jeremiah Smith is better.
Exactly.
Put it out there. Jeremiah Smith is the second coming of Megatron. Like, he's Calvin Johnson reincarnated. I don't care. Nobody say that man's number one pick next year in the draft unless your team desperately needs a quarterback. So, even if you do need a quarterback, it's going to be hard to pass on a guy like Jeremiah Smith, in my opinion. That's just me, though. Moving on to pick 31, they traded back in for edge Keldrick Falk. I'm not a Keldrick Falk guy, but I can understand it because he has a lot of position versatility. You can play him inside. You can play him outside. You can play him on the second level. He can drop back in coverage a little bit. He's big, 6'5", 275. I like that part of it. He's raw. Not much of a pass rusher yet. Maybe he develops into one. He's only 21 years old, so we'll see. He got 5 years to figure it out. That's all I'm going to say. Second round, love the Anthony Hill Jr. pick. A+ on that pick right there alone.
Mm-hmm.
He is your Fred Warner guy. For all those people that say we should have got a linebacker in the first round, Fred Warner's picked in the third. Quincy Williams or somebody like that was picked in the fifth. He finds his linebackers in the middle rounds. He went early and got this one in the second round. So, boom, there it is. And Fernando Carmona Jr. didn't like that pick. C-. I feel like it was better guys out there. I think you could have got, if you draft Pat Coogan in the fifth round, I'd have loved it. The fact you got Pat Coogan in the sixth round, definitely love it. That's an A+ pick. That's your starting center. I was a big Pat Coogan fan. Nick Singleton, 6 foot, 220. That's your new power back. I hate this backfield in Tennessee. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not a Tony Pollard guy. Not a Tyree Spears guy. They need some new juice back there, and I think Nick Singleton can bring it. And H-back, 7th-round pick, 225. Can't argue with it. 6'2" tight end. Jaron Canuck. Let's see what he can do.
I give the Titans. I give the Titans a B, simply off the fact that I think they should have got another receiver. This was a deep draft for receivers. They could have got another receiver. I would like to see
traded a lot of picks.
I would like to see a corner pick because you got. I know you paid 2 in the offseason, but in football, when you have a bad year, you can get cut and not get paid. So a lot of teams eat this dead cap. So I would like to see a corner guy pick, but I love that next single pick. That's your running back for the future, I think.
I think it's probably the running back for this year. I think you can probably find a better running back next year. It's gonna be like this year's class of running backs kind of weak. Next year's class of running backs gonna be real strong. I can tell you about at least 3 or 4 guys could possibly go in the first round. I think the plan was to get in the third round. I mean, in the before you trade it back up, was to get like somebody like Chris Brazzell, but he was gone. Then like the Anthony Carmona pick, we did sign Tyron Montgomery as an undrafted free agent. He's the extra wide receiver from the lower class schools. We'll talk about him in another video.
Yeah, I like that pickup.
I'm gonna give it a B- right now.
Yeah, I give it a B. It's a solid B.
It's a mixed bag.
If
anybody get anything out of Kildare Falk, I'm gonna say it's Robert Saleh and Gus Bradley. So they'll figure it out.
They could have got Zion Young in the second round, and not trade any picks.
That's true. That is true. I think I like Zion. Oh no, do I like Zion Young more than I like Kildare Falk? Probably not. I mean, neither one of them was really a pass rusher. So, I think I probably like Kildare Falk a little bit more, but not by much. Not by much. I think Kildare Falk barely made the top 25. I think Zion Young is like in the 40s. So, it is what it is, man. Moving on to the next team, we got the Indianapolis Colts. They did not have a first-round pick because they traded for Sauce Gardner. So, shout out for that. And the second round, they went and got pick 53, C.J. Allen out of Georgia. Followed up third round pick 78, A.J. Halsey out of LSU. Third round pick 113. They got offensive guard Jalen Farmer from Kentucky. Fifth round, 156. They got George Grubbs Jr. from Florida. Sixth round pick 214. They got edge Caden Curry from Ohio State. And the 2 7th-round picks, they got running back Seth McGowan and wide receiver Deion Burks from Oklahoma. Your thoughts?
I hated the Colts draft. I give them an F. I mean,
F.
It's an F because like I get you trying to bolster your defense, but we both agree that C.J. Allen's not that guy, right?
He's not.
And we both think.
I have C.J. Allen ranked 63rd. He went 53rd. I mean,
but he's not. His hand needs to be in that dirt. We got A.J. Halsey, who's really not really a safety. He might be the linebacker at this point.
He might be. Like we talked about that. You put A.J. Halsey at linebacker, you might have yourself something special right there. That might be what they do. They might move both these guys down a level.
You get Seth McGowan, who's really a return specialist and slot receiver, maybe. I don't think he's a running back. And Deion Burks falling to the 7th round tells me a lot. We weren't high on him to begin with, but him going to the 7th round, I don't think we saw that coming.
Yeah, I don't think neither one saw that coming. Like I said, C.J. Allen, 63rd on the list. A.J. Halsey, 38th. So I think that's good value. We had him at 38. He went 78. That's it. We grade him out as a safety. If they put him in linebacker, he might be even better. George Grubbs Jr., not a guy we talked about a lot, but he has a lot of length, like 6'5", 6'6", long arms, slim frame. See what he can do. Caden Curry, I'm not high on him at all. He should have been EDFA. Jalen Farmer might be a guy on the interior that might be a day one starter for them. So we'll see what it looks like. Well, probably not a starter, but probably be a depth piece. But yeah, I can't give it an F. I give it a B minus.
A B minus?
B minus. I like it.
What's up with these generous grades, man? You need to be a
F, dude. They got AJ Halsey at pick 78.
And
yeah, a top 40 grade on him.
Fine, a D minus.
I think it's good value right there. AJ Halsey, good value. CJ Allen, slightly above value, works out for me. I like Seth McGowan. I like George Grubbs. That's about it. Jalen Farmer's okay.
They could have got Kyle Lewis. That would have put him at a
Where
B. They should have
they
got.
would pick?
I would have drafted Kyle Lewis in the third or fourth round if he still wasn't picked.
Was he available?
I don't think he got drafted to round 5 by the Dolphins.
That's right. He went to the Dolphins. Yeah,
Him and Jacob Rodriguez. So
that's nice. That's a nice linebacker core.
yep.
Moving on to the next team. Probably the team with the best defense in the league. We got the Houston Texans. They opened it up with a trade. They trade up for Kalen Rutledge out of Georgia Tech. Thank you for putting me on him. I like him. Don't know if I like him in the first round, but I do like him. That was all you right there. Second round, 36 pick, defensive tackle, Caden McDonald, Ohio State. Second round pick, 59, tight end, Marlon Klein from Michigan. I think he missed a little time due to injury. Fourth round, 106, interior offensive lineman. I don't know how to say this. Fabachi Noah, Oklahoma.
Sounds good enough to me.
It works. The other fourth round pick 123, linebacker Wade Woodaz from Clemson. Fifth round pick 141, safety Kamari Ramsey from USC. Seventh round pick linebacker, captain Aiden Fisher from Indiana. Tyler, tell me about the Texans.
Texas had a great draft. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I think they won their division with this draft. I love the Keelan Rutledge pitch. I didn't know he was a first round pick unless he was gonna be picked by the Chargers. But the Texans getting them, the ass of we knew they had a bad offensive line. They got better over the season. Plug him in, it's gonna be even better. Man, they got Caden McDonald in the second round. On an already stout defense. So
we had Caden McDonald ranked 26.
Great value.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Klein. We know the Michigan offense was bad last year. So I'm fine with that pick. Even though they could have got Michael Trigg went undrafted. I just want to say that right now. Michael Trigg.
He had off the field stuff going on, so we kind of understood that. But he did sign a UDFA contract with the Cowboys.
Wow. I did not see that. Jerry Jones. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But Kamari Ramsey.
I'm working on that with another video.
Kamari Ramsey, Wade Woods, Aiden Fisher. Those are 3 solid picks at the end of this draft. So Texas won, man. That's A+.
I give him a B+.
A what plus?
B+.
That's a Titan. He just mad that they did better than Titans. That's all it is.
Got nothing to do with it. I gave Titans a B-. I think Caden McDonald was good value at 36. Kalen Rutledge, if you flip those 2 picks, I'd be okay with it. I think that's the right spot for both of them. Marlon Klein, don't even think the guys are drafting a prospect to me. Tight ends got weird. But I think they saved it with the back end of the 4th round and the 5th and 7th round pick. I loved all that, especially Kamari Ramsey and Aiden Fisher. This defense is going to be something special for years to come. And, everybody in this division should be on notice. They probably did clinch the division with this draft.
I would like to have seen a receiver because we don't know what Tank Dell's situation is. Seems like he's getting hurt or I don't know. Man, apparently they're taking calls on Nico Collins too, so we'll keep an eye on that.
They drafted 2 receivers last year out of Iowa State.
They did.
Let's see what those guys develop into this year. They had pretty solid years toward the end of the year, so.
Yeah. Yep.
If Nico Collins is available, Tennessee, you should give him a call. They might not trade him within the division, but hey, that might not be a thing because the Cowboys traded away their pick to let Kyle Lehman go to the Eagles, but that's another subject for another day. So, last team in the division, for first place in our hearts. Psych. But
terrible.
Jacksonville Jack. I heard you, man. They had 100 picks and
Didn't hit on none.
like none of them really. So Jacksonville Jaguars.
Can we just talk about the first pick real quick?
Go right ahead.
Nate Borkitcher. They drafted this man with their first pick of the draft. This is where it got weird. Me, Marcus, you and I did not have this man ranked. He was probably would have been an undrafted free agent, honestly. Because
I don't understand what tight end.
and he's a blocking tight end. I think he had maybe 36 catches over his whole college career. So that's the first. So I don't know what the Jacksonville Jaguars are trying to do here. You need a receiver. You didn't get one. I mean, you got C.J. Williams from Stanford. You got. That's it.
That was the 6th round though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could have traded up for a Denzel Boston. You could have traded.
They could have got a Chris Brazzell.
They could have got Chris Brazzell. Chris Brazzell to pair with Jacoby Myers. That's a combo. But
Brian Thomas Jr. That's a lot of speed.
Exactly. They also need a running back. So I don't know. Jacksonville, you lost.
I think they're moving forward with Bashir Toothman running back. So I think they kind of set there. I think they're gonna at least try it out for a year.
I was just saying to back him up.
They got still got what's his name? I'm blanking on the name right now. I've been doing so much draft stuff. I'm blanking on the name. But
they got 2 tight ends, Brandon Strange and Parker Washington, who they just resigned.
I don't think they need. Me personally, don't think they needed a tight end. They had 3 picks in the 3rd round. They go defensive tackle Albert Regis out of Texas A&M, Emmanuel Pregnon, offensive guard out of Oregon. I think it's the right spot for him.
I found that.
They go safety Jalen Hosky from Maryland. He had a pretty solid beginning of the year, tailed off toward the end. I think he might have got hurt. In the 4th round, they got defensive end Wesley Williams from Duke. Super inconsistent player. 4 picks right there, kind of bunched together. 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th. And I think the only one they hit on is maybe Albert Regis. Emmanuel Pregnon could possibly develop into a guy. Does he play guard? Does he play center? I don't know. But yeah. Albert Regis, he has to save this draft.
I mean, he has to be all pro at this point.
5th round, they got tight end Tanner Kazal for Houston. I watched a lot of Houston football last year.
I like him better than Nate Brockencarter.
Don't remember Tanner. 2 receivers in the 6th round. They go Josh Cameron and C.J. Williams out of Baylor and Stanford, respectively. I remember Josh Cameron from Baylor. He doesn't really show up when you need him. C.J. Williams, super inconsistent. But the 6th round picks, so, see what you get there. They had 2 picks in the 7th round. They got Zach Dufree out of Washington and linebacker Parker Hughes from Middle Tennessee State at 240. Tyler, what's your grade on the Jaguars?
Man, there's nothing worse than an F, so an F. Like
this is what an F looks like, sir. You owe the Colts an apology.
I bumped the Colts up to a D-. This is an F. I forgot how bad the draft was. This was literally an F.
Yeah. Maybe, like I say, Albert Regis, maybe Emmanuel Pregnon. They gotta say this. They gotta say this draft class.
Pregnon's gonna work out. He's a starting offensive lineman in this NFL. He might be a little inconsistent a little bit, but he can work on that. But Albert Regis, I would like them to see a linebacker since Devin Lloyd's gone. They could have drafted any linebacker above round 7. But I don't know what the plan was.
With Kyle Lewis.
They could have went Kyle Lewis.
They've been in the perfect spot.
They could have went the boy from Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, Jake Goday. Could have been a pick. Mm-hmm.
They wanted Nate Borcheiker. A blocking tight end.
Hey, that's what they like, I guess.
I need him doing pancakes out there.
And I think I want to go back to the Colts real quick. They had the 53rd pick, so the Jaguars had the 56th. Okay, so maybe the Jags had their eye on C.J. Allen. You think?
No.
But there you have it for the AFC South. I guess we're pretty in agreement here who had the best draft in the division. That's the Houston Texans. No debate there. Tyler, is there a player? I'm going to go through them real quick so you can see. In these draft classes that you think could be your offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year?
If you could, I really think Carnell Tate could be offensive rookie of the year because we saw what Emeka Egbuka did. Like, I think Cardinal Tate has a chance for, especially with Cam Ward throwing him the ball. I think he has a chance for the offensive rookie of the year.
I think if you had to pick a guy, it'd have to be him because they didn't really pick any skill position players in this division. I mean, I don't know what happened there. You're looking at it. There's no premium draft picks for the skill position.
Stop going to the Jacksonville. We ain't looking at that.
He's the only guy. So Cardinal Tate is the hands down the pick. It's all gonna be dependent on what the Tennessee offensive line looks like. It is terrible. Me personally, I think they need 2 tackles.
Can I say this though?
If Pat Coogan plans out, they don't need a center. If Pat Coogan don't pan out, you need a center too. You need 4 offensive linemen. If this thing don't look right, it could be another long year in Tennessee. But I think he's the pick. And I think on the defensive side of the ball, I got to go Anthony Hill Jr. I think he could possibly be the pick at defensive rookie of the year.
I agree with that.
If I had to pick somebody in this division.
Yep, I agree with that.
So shout out to the Titans for that.
I'm gonna say this. Let me ask you this. Brian Daboll is y'all's offensive coordinator. Has he made any receiver look like an All-Pro?
I mean, he had Wendell Robinson. He had Malik Neighbors.
What 1 year?
Malik, and that 1 year, Malik Neighbors looked really. 2 years, Malik Neighbors looked real good.
He did. I just want to. I don't know if I just put my trust in Daboll right now. He gave me a sour taste in my mouth.
As a head coach, he is a little different. But as offense coordinator, I always liked him. I always liked him as offense coordinator. Going back to his Buffalo days. What I'm concerned with is his offensive line. His offensive line has never been great.
That's true.
And this one ain't gonna be good either. This is gonna be god awful, honestly. If Cam Ward got sacked 5 times last year?
I think it was more than that.
I think he gets sacked 55 more times this year or something.
Ooh.
Hope my boy in shape. Hope that shoulder healed up, my boy. The offensive line is terrible. Dan Moore Jr. and what's his name on the right side? J.C. Latham should not be starting tackles in this league. J.C. Latham is Yeah, another one of those big Alabama offensive linemen that never pan out. Evan Neal.
I think J.C. Latham is a guard.
Huh?
I think he's a guard that they put at tackle.
Evan Neal?
No, J.C. Latham.
J.C. Latham was a left tackle at Alabama. I mean, he's a right tackle at Alabama. They put him at left tackle at Tennessee. Got him back at right tackle last year. They need to put him at guard this year, in my opinion, but they don't have a tackle to put out there. So, he's stuck playing tackle again.
And didn't draft a tackle.
They did not. But, hey, that's all we got, guys. I'll go on Tennessee rant another day. Tyler, you got anything closing you want to say?
Yeah, Jacksonville Jaguars fans, it's going to be a long season. Brian Thomas Jr. will be traded. If they talked about this much in the offseason, he will be traded.
That would be a mistake. That's going to be a mistake. I will say this. This division is owned by the Houston Texans until further noted. I don't think anybody really closed the gap there. I think the Colts, if the second team makes the playoffs, it is them. I think the Jags take a step back. I think Tennessee stays put where they at, possibly picking in the top 5 again next year. Tell us what y'all think about these draft classes in the comment section. Do y'all think Cardinal Tate and Anthony Hill Jr. are the offensive defensive rookie of the year if he had to pick somebody out this division? Did the Jaguars have an actual F draft like we both think so? What do y'all think about the Colts draft? One of us likes it. One of us doesn't. Go down in the comment section. Let us know what you think. With that, we out. Peace.